Hey, hey, hey! How is everyone? Are you struggling to make consistent commissions in your business? Stay tuned, stay right here for 10 ways on how you can solve that. So, first of all, super pumped to have you here. I'm not in my office as normal because I'm decorating. So I'm downstairs in the living room. So I feel like I've been live in my group for ages. I had a lot going on behind the scenes, a lot of exciting stuff. But anyway, hope you guys are all right. And drop me an hashtag replay if you're watching replay. Drop me an hashtag live if you're watching live, and drop me an hashtag where are you from, and let me know where you're from. So hashtag Northern Ireland, yes, Yorkshire accent, but I do live in Northern Ireland. So let me know where you are. If you don't normally use StreamYard, if you click the link below just to confirm, so that when you leave any comments, it's going to tell me actually who is speaking. So feel free, guys, to ask any questions whatsoever, and I'll answer them the best that I can. I've got my notes here on my laptop, and I've got my gigs on for once, so no squinting at the screen. So, hey Gabriella, how are you? How's your week going? I feel like it's Thursday. It's only Tuesday. Hey Facebook user. You say, hey lovely, but if you see your Facebook user, so click the link and it'll just let me know who you are. Okay, guys, so are you struggling to make consistent commissions within your business? I'm going to share with you 10 tips tonight on how you can solve that. So, first of all, number one, it might sound crazy, but do you actually have your day planned out? And when I say your day planned out, I mean from everything apart from going for a wee. So for me, I have mine planned out. I wake up, I get dressed, I engage in my stories while I'm having my first cup of coffee, and then I'm out of the door for a run with the dog. So I'm up, dressed, coffee, engaging stories, and then I'm out running. And throughout my day, when I come back, I've got every... Hi, Ria, how are you? Hope you have a lovely week, darling. Each task that I am doing is scheduled. Like I say, apart from having a wee, everything's written down. In your tasks, are the move the needle tasks. Do you know, if you're scrolling and you're on Facebook blindly, just scrolling, that's not really a move the needle task. So you want to make sure, hey Facebook user, just click the link above and it'll tell me who you are. So move the needle tasks. Messenger, do you know, how long do you spend in your messenger? Now, if you've only got 30 minutes to spend in messenger, or whether you've got 1 hour to spend in messenger, what you need to be doing is you need to be focused. So the move the needle tasks, you need to be focused on that. So if you're in messenger and you see a notification pop up and then you've got, oh, go and look at that notification, you're not focused. You're not focused, and then it can spiral out of control. So set alarms. If you've got half an hour to spend in messenger, set that alarm for half an hour or an hour and shut off and just concentrate on that task that you're doing. Honestly, you will find that you are getting things done a lot quicker just by doing that. And, you know, likewise, stop. Once that alarm goes off for that hour in messenger, stop and go on to your next task. Why do I say that? Because if you are blindly just going on, answering a few messages, going on, scrolling a little bit, not only is it going to take a lot of your time up through the day, but if you set that alarm and it ends, you stop that task and you go on to something else, any tasks within your business, they're never going to really feel like a chore. You know, sometimes you think, oh, don't really want to do that one. Set an alarm, so when that alarm goes off, you stop. You stop, and you'll find that you do not dread a certain task as much. 80% of what you are focusing, what you are doing, should be productive stuff. This should be move the needle stuff. So you know the tasks that you need to do in your business, and 80% of your work needs to be those tasks. Hey, Stephen, thanks for jumping on. I need to schedule things for sure. Honestly, Ria, set an alarm and, you know, sit down, plan it out. Half an hour for this, an hour for that, whatever you're doing, set your alarms and then stop. You will get so much more done, and you'll just feel so much more like you'll have really productive days. Hey Carol, how are you? Yeah, stop the timer when it goes off is vital. Okay, I've got my notes here, so forgive me, but I do have to have notes because I do go on a tangent sometimes. So next, my new laptop is a bit rubbish because it goes down really fast. Right, so number 2, are you structuring your week? Are you structuring your week? So do you structure your content, including your stories, your profile? If you have a group, are you structuring what's going in there? If you find that you sit down and structure your content for that week, and I focus on the direction that content is going, what purpose it solves, and you schedule it all in, plan it, and then you do each piece, maybe with a glass of wine or a bottle of beer. I prefer writing with a bottle of Desperado. My brain just goes on one. So yeah, sit down. Sit down, structure your week, structure your posts for where you're posting, what's going where, what is what topic, and you'll find that then back to creating your content will be so much easier. So much easier. Is your content congruent? Does it have a purpose? Is there a direction? What are you wanting people to do when they read your content? Is it going anywhere? Do you have a topic for that week? So making sure that you're not just posting on Facebook for the sake of posting on Facebook and hoping that it gets good engagement. Do you know, you want to make sure that what you are putting out is moving people in the right direction for where you want them to go. For example, do you know, if you have a group and you want to, you haven't been inviting people to your group for a bit, or you've had a group purge and you've got rid of a lot of people, you might want to direct people to your group. So you might, do some content on that. You might be given a training in there, and, the call to action on your post will be, hashtag group to see the training. So you see where I'm going with that. Make sure that your content has a purpose and you're not just posting for the sake of posting. Drop me an hashtag replay if that's making sense so far, because I do know that I do speak a bit fast. So let me know if that's making sense so far. And please, if you've got any questions, please don't be afraid to drop them in the content in the comments and I'll answer those. So, number 3, you see people, brilliant, Coral, thank you. You see people, say about, the content, does it have heavy lifting? It brings them warm leads. It, the content converts into sales. So I'm going to be quite honest with you. That's not just one post. That's not just one post. Yes, strategically posting. Strategically. I hate that word. I mean, I love that word, but it's blooming hard for me to say. Strategically posting. So yeah, so you see people saying my content does the heavy lifting, brings leads into my inbox, and I convert them into sales. Now, content does do that, but it's not just one post. It's not even 2 or 3 or 5, unless you're my mentor who had his first high ticket sale in his second post only, but he's just amazing. But genuinely, you need to be having a couple of posts that are strategically and consistent with that, with your writing, what your story is, what you're putting out there. Make it interesting. You see a lot of posts about topics which are all quite similar, quite vanilla content. Make yours interesting. Bring your story into your content, and that will make it interesting. If you're a bit of a swearer, add a little swear word in that. That's you. I'm a person that comes out with little weird sayings, and I'll put those in, like winner, winner, chicken dinner. I've not put that in a post, but I do have little sayings that I use, like little Yorkshire sayings. I always put those in my posts because it's me. And people worldwide probably haven't heard half of those little sayings, but they know what they mean. So make your content interesting. Be unique and be yourself. So people always say, God, how do you stand out within all the noise? Being yourself, being your authentic self and bringing your personality to the table is what's going to make you stand out, along with your story. Not everybody has the same story. We've all got a different story to tell. So bring that to the table. Going to start doing specific topics for each month and cover content in weekly lives. Yeah, brilliant, Ria. I think, if you do topics for a week or whatever your schedule of your plan, I think that works so well, really does. Oh my God, I can be boring. I don't think you can be boring, Coral. I think you do some nice content. I hope Marty. Marty's from Yorkshire as well. There's not many. We're a special breed in the affiliate world as Yorkshire people, aren't we, Marty? Yeah, and again, it's just structure what you're putting out there. Have a plan. Let it flow. What do you want people to do with your content? What's your aim for that content going out? Think about your audience that you serve. What are their pain points? Ask, have a think about where you was a few months ago. What were your pain points a few months ago that you've solved now? Tell people. I did a post the other day about Messenger when I first started, and I remember what my first ever message was to an affiliate marketer, and remember who it was, I remember what it said, and I put it out there, and I actually put exactly what I sent in that messenger. But you know what, there's so many people that could relate to that, even if they dare say, oh my God, I sent messages like that too, right? So think about where you was a few months ago and bring that into your content, because people will relate to you and they'll think, oh God, they're speaking to me. Can they read my mind? So make sure, always think about where you were a couple of months ago and what you've progressed in, and then share it. If you're giving people value, ask for feedback. So, you know, part of our business is giving people value. I have people jump into my inbox and say, you know, Claire, how do you do this? I'm struggling with that. And I'll give them a few pointers, and I'll get feedback for that. And basically, it just one thing for me. It gives me content that I can talk about. You know, it's an experience. I know what people are struggling with because they're telling me what they're struggling with. They're asking for that feedback. So yeah, ask for feedback and write about it. If you don't know what kind of content to put on, I did a video not last week, a couple of weeks ago, called the Lover Strategy, and basically it's lifestyle offer, value, education, entertainment, and results. So follow the Lover Strategy so that you're mixing your content up, so it's not just all the same. And also, you don't need a call to action on every post. When I first started in the business, I was told you need a call to action on every post. I was like, my gosh, I feel like a walking advertisement. Let me tell you how wrong that was to do. You know, if there's a purpose for your content and it needs a call to action, then by all means put a call to action. But if you're just telling your story or an education or something, and it doesn't need to have a call to action, don't put a call to action. We're not walking advertisements. We just help people. We help people for a living and recommend things that can solve the problems. Feedback and testimonials are brilliant for bringing new clients. Absolutely. It educates you on what people need, but you also can use the screenshots. I mean, lovely Coral, she did a story about me the other day and she didn't even tell me. I was just flicking through stories and she did a little video and I was like, oh, so suited. But it's just that nice things. Testimonials are lovely. So if anyone ever does anything for you or gives you some value or some help, always give testimonials, because it means a lot to people. Definitely, it's about giving back to your community as well. Sorry, I talk that fast. I hope you're all following me okay, because I talk so fast. I talk like this all the time as well. I do try and slow it down, but I'm just weary of everyone's time as well. Okay, so invest in yourself. You hear this all the time, and I say it as well. I've invested a lot of money into myself. It's took me from, on where I want to be. It took me on a journey, and it's rewarded me back. And in skills, I've got those skills for forever. You can take me into anything. So always invest in yourself. If you are saying, I want to hit 10k months, which is, it is possible. You can do it. A lot of people do it. But if you're saying you want to hit 10k months, you're not going to be able to do that on a $7 course or on a free 5-day challenge. They're not going to take you to your goals. Now, they're great for, if you want to dip your toe in, see what it's like, see what you're getting into, get a feel, then they're absolutely great. But if you've got big goals, then, and you want to, this is a business and not a hobby, then you need to invest in yourself. Even the top dogs invest in themselves. So yeah, definitely invest in yourself. Number 5. We're on a roll, aren't we? How many? 20 minutes? Getting there. If you've got any questions, let me know. Hey, Facebook user, like I say, if you've not been on StreamYard before, click the link and it'll show you your name when you comment. Please ask me any questions because I'd like to answer some questions for you guys while I'm on too. So messages is a big one. So, you know, messages like, hi Bob, how's your business? Hi Bob, seeing you in the same group, we're in the same group. Those types of messages are not going to work. You need to think about, how do you greet people in person? If you jump into someone's inbox and like, hi Bob, I love connecting with like-minded people, how's your business? In your first couple of messages, not even in your first couple of messages, like if you're going to ask someone how's the business is going, just as soon as you meet them, then do you know what's going to happen? They're going to put the barriers up because they're going to expect you to be pitching. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that is still using that method. And it's not their fault, they don't do any better, they haven't learned the skills. But you know, those types of messages are not going to work. Like I say, they're going to have the barriers up because they're going to be waiting for you to pitch. You're probably going to get ghosted. And just someone jumps into my messenger and says, hi Claire, how's your business? I'm thinking, bugger off, don't be nosy. I don't know who you are. I'm joking. So, you know, if you're jumping into business talk before you've even said, hi, how are you? I'm Claire. See you're in such and such. Or I love whatever whatever they're talking about on Facebook. Just have human conversations. Don't try and jump in and drive that conversation to business as soon as you can. What I see a lot of people doing is jumping in, and you can feel them heading to, let's get about business so I can pitch you. And you know, that's a numbers game. So, you know, just be human in your messengers. You don't speak like that yourself. We don't speak like that when we talk to people. So just be human, just be genuine. Have a conversation that doesn't include business. Absolutely. Do you know what? People will get to know you and your business through your content, through your stories. If they're in your group, they'll see how you work because you're giving them value. So you don't need to drive those messages to conversations. Not everybody is going to be, looking to purchase from you and looking to purchase from you right then and there. Some people might just be supporters. So, so build relationships and, remember, just be thoughtful on how you talk to people. How would you like people to talk to you in your messenger? And, and mirror that. Avatar. So this is something that I hear a lot. I don't know how to diagnose my avatar. Don't get too hung up on avatar. As you getting to know people, getting in your industry, your community, you are going to get a feel for who you vibe with. Someone that you're not going to add, someone who's traveling around the world, already on Facebook, no interest in earning an income, they're not problem aware, they're not solution aware. You're not going to add them as a person to connect with because, well, they're never on Facebook and they're not looking for, they're not looking for any type of, they would not be interested in your content. They're not be interested in your content. Ria, I've spent the past year investing in myself heavily, now ready to hit those 10k bums. Fantastic, fantastic. I look forward to watching your journey. I've seen you doing so well as well. But yeah, you do have to be investing. Excuse me. Right, on to the next one. I hate moving my laptop cursor thing because sometimes it just goes whoosh, and then I've got to go tap it to get back to where I was. Okay. Also, adding those people that are not your, they're not your tribe, they're not someone that you're going to vibe with. Oh, it won't move. What's going to happen is, why won't my cursor move? Ah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so what's going to happen is, if you're adding people as connections, they're really not the type of person that is going to be interested in your content, what's going to happen is your Facebook algorithm is going to be showing all your content to people that are not interested, probably don't got a clue what you're even talking about. So, make sure when you're getting friend requests or you're sending friend requests, take that time to look at who they are. Like, would you go, are they problem aware or the solution aware? Would you go for a coffee with them? Would you go for a drink with them? Do you think you could vibe with them? Because when you're working with people, the last thing you want to do, you won't work with people that you don't vibe with. Like myself, I don't have any clients that are not action takers, because I want, whoever I'm working with, I want them to hit their goals. I want them to want to hit their goals. So I'm very much picky about who I work with. So it's always action takers. So you want to be picky about, who you're going to be connecting with. So take your time on choosing them. I was saying about, put some time aside, schedule, like if you're going to spend half an hour looking to connect with new people, then, do that wisely. Like, if you, look at the content, do you like what you see? Are they on Facebook regularly? Are they posting regularly? Would you go for a drink with them? Do they look all right to chat with? Blah blah blah. All this kind of stuff. If in that half an hour you only add one or two people, that's absolutely fine. It's better to have quality people that you're connected to rather than quantity. So you're taking your time in choosing who you want to be connected with. And it takes me on to this adding 25 people and having 50 conversations per day crap. Anyone that follows me knows that I hate had 25 friends a day. 25 friends a day? How many is that a week? That's like loads, absolutely loads. So, and then try having a connection with 25 different people each day. There's no way you can do it, and that's it's gonna feel like a chore to you. Like, it's gonna feel like an absolute chore. You're gonna look at your messenger and you're gonna think, I don't have the energy to have all that conversation. I don't add 25 people a day. I don't even add one people a day. I've got my own little system, and when I add people or when I accept people, and it's nowhere near that amount a day. I go through my friend requests, and I vet them and qualify them, and if I think they're a fit for me maybe to learn off them or them to learn from me, then I will add them. But yeah, this 25 add 25 people a day and have 50 to 100 conversations a day is not fun. So you know what, that's really generic training. So if you don't get up on adding all those people. Really don't get hung up on adding all those people. It's a myth. You do not need to be adding all those people each day. Number 7. Ooh, oh my god, this laptop is a pain in the rear end. Right, are you getting the right support? Are you getting the right support? So, you could pay 3K, for example, for a high ticket program, and it includes group coaching. Fantastic. So you've got your program, you've got your group coaching, but what you find is you get on those coaching and there's about 50 plus people on that coaching too. And that's your coaching. You might get it for 1 hour a week, and you can't get a word in edgeways. You might not even dare ask your question in front of all those people in case you sound stupid, and you might even not get on. It might not be your time zone, so you might always have to get on the replay as well. So have a look at your support network. Have you got someone supporting you and taking you from A to B through everything? So having a support network, a one-to-one support network, or even just a group network, someone who is, they might have recommended the program to you. Are they supporting you? Are they working with you? Maybe they are, maybe they're not. If they're not, find someone who can take you on that journey. Find someone that's done it and taken you on that journey. When I got myself a mentor, and it put my business on steroids, it really did. I learned so much, so much. Let me just see if there's any guys. You're quiet tonight. Come on, ask me some questions. Give me some love. Like, let me know you're still there. Is it all making sense so far? Yeah? So, I've just realised I've done number 7, and I've got number 7 again, so it might mean that we've got 11 tips here. Number 8, don't lie. Don't claim you're earning X, Y, Z if you're not. Don't do that. One, it's not good. It's not good. Oh god, I'll take it down a bit more. It's people watching. People know if you're earning money or not. So if you're telling fibs about earning X, Y, and Z, don't do that, because people will see, and you'll just look stupid, obviously. Like, you'll just look stupid. I've seen some people who I know are making sales, and they're posting up that they are, and do you know what, people look and will go, oh gosh. I've removed people for lying. Like, I don't like it. Don't promise people that you can help them with something. Don't promise people you can help them earn something if you're not earning it yourself. If you're struggling, get some help in the little bit that you're struggling with. But don't tell fibs, because even if it gets you a few quick sales, what it's going to do is, when you can't actually help those people, then what's going to happen is it's going to ruin your business for the future. It's going to ruin your credibility. So always be truthful about that, and don't be I don't want to say ashamed because I don't like that word. It seems a bit strong, but I'm going to use it anyway. So I can't think of another one. But don't be ashamed if you've not made a high ticket sale, because do you know what? The people at the top that are earning 100k and plus, they were at your stage once where they'd not made a sale. Everyone has to start from there with no sale. I were there with no sale. Do you know? So document your journey, because you'll build that know, like, and trust. People will be rooting for you. They'll like you, and then when you hit your first sale, do you know, they'll be dead happy for you, and then your next, and then your next. So always be truthful. You know, you don't need to fib. You know, document your journey, and if you've not made a sale, you've not made a sale, but you're working your way, you're going through the skills training to get there. And remember, you're always a few steps ahead of somebody. So they are people that you want to help, and then the sales will come. So remember, you're always a few steps ahead of somebody. And if you help those people, those sales will come. That's a big tip. Remember that one. And another one, do you have a group? Do you have a group? Now, some people are like, I don't want a group. It's extra work to do. I don't want to go live. It's a bit scary, putting out training, blah, blah, blah. It's not really extra work if you're planning your work, if you're planning your posts and things anyway. You are passing on value that you know. It's just a matter of jumping on a video and telling them. So the fact that if you're scared to do a video, then yeah, probably. But you know what? So was I. I don't like doing videos, and people go, "Oh, you're so confident when you're on video." I hate it. I really don't. It's not my favourite thing to do. It's not my favourite thing to do, but I do it anyway. I'd much rather do a TikTok and dance and pull faces and sing. But I do it anyway. But yeah, do you know what? Having a Facebook group means, in your Facebook group, you can help people a lot more. You can put out content that you get. Like I won't do this live on my profile. Different content. Do you know, it builds a community of people, and do you know, the people that are in your group may get to know each other, may get a connection. It's your backyard. It's where Nikki Green says this all the time, and I love it. I love this. Like, your group is your backyard. Yeah, it's where your Wi-Fi is. It's where the barbecue is. It's where the pool party is, and they're your guests. Yeah, and you're there to have fun. It's not scary. You're just being yourself, and you're just passing on that knowledge. You can't believe it's like being in front of the camera, Coral. Do you know what? Stories actually it helped me to build up that confidence. Just by like I gave you that tip, just by jumping on a story and talking about lifestyle. If I was out walking the dog, I'd get up in the morning with my bedded hair and my coffee and my dressing gown, and I'd do a live every morning with my coffee and my bedded hair, just to get that practicing, just to build it up. But yeah, thing is, I have fibromyalgia, which has absolutely dented my vocabulary, so I forget like words, and I hate forgetting the words, because then I feel like I don't sound educated, because my vocabulary is really damaged from my fibromyalgia, and my memory as well. Like, so that's why I don't like being on camera. So yeah, now you know. I think I've told you that before anyway. Anyway, moving on. Your TikToks are awesome. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I do love doing TikToks. I hope you all enjoy them. I know I can be a bit annoying sometimes, but my God, I just love them. I have so much fun doing them. spot there, sorry. Okay, so number 9, follow up. Follow up with people. So when you're following up, it's not about, messaging someone every month and saying, are you ready yet? Or whatever. It could be, you know what I mean? Like, it's not about badgering someone. Following up is about creating touch points. So creating touch points. You might give someone some value. You might follow up with them to see if it was helpful. Get some feedback from that. They're all touch points, and that's all part of you following up. If someone wants to work with you, and they've said they are, and you've helped them, and etc. then follow up with them, but also not just to see if that they're ready, but also keep that contact, because they like you, they see something in you, and you obviously like them as well, because you connected with them. You've chose people wisely. So always don't forget to follow up. So important. It takes on average 20 days for someone to make a decision on if they want to buy into if they buy into you or not, and that they know, they like, and they trust you. So it takes 20 days for that decision to be made. And then number 10, give back to your community. So it's not all about you. Sometimes you can get so focused in what you're doing in your business that you forget it ain't about you. It's about your community, the people that are following you. So always give back. Take that time to give back. Show genuine interests in people. And the way that you can do that, because this is my pet hate, when someone writes a really valuable long form post and someone goes, awesome post or powerful post, do you know what? That's not genuine. That is not being showing a genuine interest. That's leaving a comment to boost your algorithm, right? So be genuinely interested in others. If you've picked who you're connecting with wisely, and because you're interested in them, then being genuine in them it's not hard to do. You will be genuinely interested in them. Yeah, I've said that. Oh yeah. So connecting on the commenting on their posts and engaging. Commenting on the stories and interacting in stories. Do you know, if you're in stories for about 10-15 minutes and you're actually engaging, so instead of just pressing the like button on everything, if they post something and you can comment on it and you're interested in it, send a comment. That goes into their inbox. So you're sparking up a genuine conversation on something that they've posted about. So, connecting that way. Just a second. Nearly at the end of my notes now. Yeah, so engaging in content. Like I say, if they've gone to that effort to write a long form post and put their heart and soul into it, take the time to read it and leave a genuine comment on it. I know we all sometimes we're in a bit of a rush, and we ain't got time to leave, a genuine comment. One of the tips I gave, in my stories workshop is, if you have a day where you're too busy to be online. So like tomorrow I've got physio, I've got dentist, I'm gonna walk Marley, I've got to go shopping. I will either be on Facebook tomorrow, but what I will do is when I have my coffee, I'll engage in my stories. I'll spend that time in my stories. I'll use my stories, and that'll keep my algorithm up so that I'm not dropping my algorithm. But if I ain't got time to leave genuine comments on people's posts because I'm busy that day, then I won't really scroll on Facebook. If I do have a scroll, and I ain't got time to comment, I'll leave a love or a whatever, a heart. But if I can't, if I've only got time to say nice post, then I'm not going to put that, because it means I haven't read the post. I'm not genuinely interested. So like I say, if you're really busy for one day, you can't show up for work, get in your stories, interacting stories, and yeah, just spend a little bit of time while you're having your coffee, or if you're going on train or whatever. Last but not least, I want to go back to Messenger. I didn't put this on my notes, but it was something that I thought about before I jumped on. One of the things that will set you apart is actually being able to have a conversation in Messenger. I get people that send me friend requests and I'll accept them. I think, yeah, I'd go for a coffee with them. Look, seem interesting. And in Messenger, there's no conversation there. There's no conversation. Like, I can make conversation, but it's hard to make conversation with someone that can't make conversation back. So, be having those non-business conversations. If you struggle because it's a Messenger and it feels funny to be like in person, then practice all the more in having those genuine conversations, because there's so many people that jump into organic marketing and they don't know how to have those conversations, and you've got to be able to hold a conversation in organic marketing. So if you can do that, you're setting yourself apart with that alone. So guys, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in. 50 minutes, not doing bad. This was going to be a long live, though. I did have a lot to say. If you got some value from that, leave me an hashtag value, and I thank you very much for giving me some of your time this Tuesday evening. So I'm going to go and have a bath now and go watch the soaps. So enjoy your rest of your Tuesday evening, guys. Bye.